Well, hello there again, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. It's about that time. Question and answers, section number 5. I've been doing this about once a month, and the questions keep rolling in. This week, we've got 100 comments. Most have multiple questions. So if I skip over your question, if I miss your question, or I ignore it, if it's a redundant question that's been asked in a previous series, please forgive me. It's nothing personal. I did want to give a shout out to a couple of guys who've reminded me that I promised them shout outs. Biggydman, you can find his link over in the sidebar. It's on one of these sites. I never can remember where it is, but I think it's over there. And also a guy who says I inspired him to start making videos, and he even got his name because of me. He says Eatmcdonalds, which is pretty much awesome. I watched quite a few of his videos. They're really entertaining. I hope you check them out. But stick around to watch this. And if you could do me a favor, right over here, you could rate this a 5 if you like it. If you asked a question, you should rate this a 5. When you hear your answer, you should rate it a 5. If you like McDonald's, you should rate it a 5. So here we go. I'm sorry the quality of this is pretty bad, but this is going to probably be an hour long again, because that's what you guys demand of me. And if that's what it turns out to be, then that's just what it is. But I'm going to have to compress it, make it tiny so it fits on the tubes. I almost killed myself there. I almost died. That would be awkward. Instead of answering questions, I died. Alright, so let's get this started. What's your opinion on lolcats and other 4chan internet memes? They're funny. That's why they're memes, I don't know anything about this 4chan, though. Rule 1 and 2, new fag. See, I hate to say it, but first comment, even though by the time I post it, would you ever consider gastric bypass? I would consider it, but I would rather go with a lat band, and that's what I'm actually pursuing right now, is possibly getting the lat band surgery. Gastric bypass is ridiculously dangerous. Studies show that it really only buys 3 to 4 years on the person's life cycle, and the quality of life for those 3 to 4 years may or may not be better. It's not got a high success rate and extreme weight loss. Most people that do it, the more I study about it, basically, and you can look all this up on Wikipedia yourself, but the more I study about it, the less successful it seems like it would be for me, and the more dangerous it seems. So I'm not sure I'd really like to do that. Who's my favorite YouTuber? Me. No, I don't pick favorites, so I can't do that. Let's see. Do I like Obama? He was the lesser of 2 evils, and so I voted for him. And so far, he's proven to be less evil than I thought McCain would have been. But I'm no Democrat. I'm more a libertarian, if anything. I do like the idea of socialized health care finally coming to this country, and I do like the idea of gay rights, and I like a lot of the things that the Democrats identify with but never seem to actually pursue. But you can't really call me a Democrat or Republican. And I'm a registered Republican, which is bizarre, or at least I was once a registered Republican. But I've voted Democrat pretty much every time. What's my view on abortion? I've never had one, so it's hard for me to say. It's not my body, not my choice. I've never had a girlfriend who had an abortion because I made her pregnant. And I would probably prefer that never happen. But I've never been so stupid as to not be careful going into the process. So, fortunately, birth control for the win. I'm an old fag or a new fag. I'm an old fag. I'm about a 3-year-old fag. How can I ask my girl to give me a hand job or a blow job? Try this. Honey, we've been dating for a really long time, and I think it's time that we maybe take our relationship to the next level. See? Easy. Let's see. What's my favorite first-person shooter? The only one I'm really playing right now is Left 4 Dead. It's fucking fantastic. If you don't own it and you like shooters, you should probably play it. Zombie survival for the win. Let's see. Can I do an impression of Fred? Alright, I'm going to have to go into video editing and then edit this to make it fast. But I will do that for you. So here we go. Hey guys, it's Fred, and I'm so excited because suddenly I got very fat, and I've eaten too many sandwiches. Okay, if I sped that up, it may come out right, but if it didn't, I'm just going to edit that part out, I guess. If I could go on vacation with any select YouTubers who would they be? Well, it's hard to really say. The two people I gave shout-outs to, Biggie D and Eatmcdonalds, man, you guys would be a lot of fun in Vegas, I bet. I'd like to see Justine in the bikini, so I'd probably take her along. The Amazing Atheist, that guy is a class act. He's funny. I'd love to debate with him. Sexy Phil, what's up, dude? I would love to party with that guy. He's pretty much, some of his recent videos really show what he does. Hot for Words, I'd like to have her, I'd like to put lotion on her. The Angry Video Game Nerd, all-time favorite. The Ask an Ninja guy, God, there's so many people. So many people. So, no, I can't really pick. If I really got to pick, I mean, it was a nice vacation, I just picked 8 of my favorite fans, you know, and be nice. And still probably Justine, because I still want to see her in a bikini. Hi, Justine. I hope you're watching this. What's my favorite food from McDonald's? You know, I don't really eat a lot of McDonald's anymore. The food has gotten boring and bland and not very tasty. So I'd rather eat somewhere else for the same amount of calories. But when I do go there, I tend to get the yogurt thingy with the granola that you put on, or something called the dollar menu. But the only really thing I really like there anymore is the fries. The fries are amazing. Oh my God. And if you haven't seen this, and you should, I'll try to put a link of it on the side if I remember. There's a video where Merlin, the Spurlock guy who did like, you know, Super Size Me, that show, he took a McDonald's French fries and tried to let it rot, and it never rotted. It just sat there and never rotted. It's like one of the coolest videos on YouTube, so I'll try to look it up. Spurlock, Morgan Spurlock, I think is his name. Amazing guy. I love his show 30 Days. If you haven't seen it, you really should look it up. What is the #1 thing you would like to accomplish in your life if you haven't already done it? Be world famous, right? I guess what everybody would like, but I'd like everybody to kind of know who I am, and know that I'm a big guy, and know that I'm cool and confident and comfortable in my own skin. And, you know, I'd like to share my philosophies in life with people. And really, I mean, money would be nice, you know, that came with it, but to just kind of help people, you know, help all the big guys out there, big girls out there who are getting chastised and shat on for whatever reason, the stereotypes and not that bullshit. You know, and I help perpetuate some of those stereotypes. Of course, I'm aware, but, you know, I try to make fun, and then once I've made fun and you've made fun, hook you in and explain, you know, what it's like to be a big guy. So, you know, to get that message out before now on my death would be amazing, you know. What's my favorite joke? It's inappropriate for YouTube. Yeah, I like a lot of edgy humor, really edgy humor, and I'm not going to repeat it here, to be entirely frank. If I knew today was my last day on Earth, how would I spend it and why? I'd spend it with my friends. I think that's what everybody would do, spend it with their friends and family, right? You know, I hang out with my roommate, call up my friends, let them, you know, just enjoy each other one last time, you know. I mean, that's really it. That's life. You know, I mean, I can't imagine what else there is to do. You know, just find the people that you care about them back, and, you know, it's how you should leave this earth, I think, really. Who's my favorite YouTube vlogger, comedian? Like I said, again, it's hard for me to pick favorites, so I just won't. But there's a list of names you've heard. Pick one of those. Pick your favorite out of those. If you can't narrow it down to one, who are your top 3? Yeah, like I said, you've heard Justine and Sexy Phil, fucking Amazing Atheist, Hot for Words, Penn Jillette, the Angry Video Game Nerd. The list is tremendous. I watch more YouTube than I ever did actual television. What's worse, a ketchup stain or genocide? Depends on whether or not you're the ketchup. What's my opinion on BioShock, Fallout 3, Grand Theft Auto 4? Never played BioShock, heard wonderful things about it. Eventually I'll probably buy it off Steam. Fallout 3, I played through it. I bought it off Steam. I absolutely adored it. It's one of the best games I've ever played. I love the whole, you know, RPG aspect, of course, and then the fact that the shooter mixed in is fantastic. And the Grand Theft Auto 4 was amazing. I never did get the expansion for it or whatever the downloadable content is. Eventually, I'm sure I will. But yeah, I love the Grand Theft Auto series. Everybody wants to be the bad guy, you know. When you get a chance to play a video game and be the bad guy, How can you not like that? What do I take my shirt off when I when I do vids? I don't take it off. I don't like plan to take off my shirt, but when I sit around the house, I like to be comfortable, and I'm more comfortable out of a shirt. Like specifically this ugly thing, you know. I just grabbed the nearest shirt and threw it on for this video. And I hate this pocket, dude. It's driving me nuts. But yeah, I just grabbed the nearest shirt, put it on. Sometimes I just don't do that. I mean, what's the point? You know, you guys have seen me shirtless enough to where, hey, why not? And hey, there's some people out there who like to see me without a shirt on. They write in requesting it, you know, and I don't mind that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily do anything for me, and I wouldn't want to see me necessarily without a shirt. But the fact that some people out there find me sexy, yeah, cheers to that. I can't argue with that. Can you say the same thing about your YouTube channel? What's my favorite fast food place? If you're talking burgers, I guess Burger King. I have a friend who works at Burger King, and he hooks me up occasionally with discounts and stuff, and I kind of like that. But the burgers are probably the best fast food burgers. If it comes to like chicken, there's a place here in town called Slim Chicken. I love that place. It's absolutely fantastic. And what do I eat from there? Yeah, Burger King's got that mushroom Swiss thing going on with the A1 steak sauce I really like. I've always had glasses. Yeah, I've had glasses since I was 3.5, 4 years old, I think. My mom noticed that there was a major problem with my vision. I don't remember exactly how young I was, but I'll never forget the first day I put on my glasses. And I was amazed that certain things had textures, like the gravel parking lot had texture, and I'd never really noticed because I'd never gotten close enough to that particular gravel parking lot, and once the glasses were on, I could see. You know? And then a lot of people have asked, I do have a lazy eye here. A lot of people have asked if there's something wrong with this eye. Though this eye didn't function pretty much at all when I was a kid, so they did a patching system where they put a patch over this eye so that this eye would learn to function better. And yeah, this eye just never did fully catch up. At least it works now. At least I'm not blind. It's not far from it, but it's certainly not blind. What's my favorite genre of music? I listen to them all, but I guess rock and roll if I had to pick a favorite. But I listen to anything, really. Have I always wanted? What have I always wanted but could never get? Peace and quiet. No, peace of mind. You know, I just want to be happy all the time, never have to worry. But that's what everybody wants, right? So I think everybody's motivation, the answer to that question is to just find relaxation, just to finally be happy. You know, if they think money will make them happy, they'll ask for money. If they think it's love, they'll ask for love. If they need, you know, surgery, they'll ask for that surgery. Whatever it is that would make them peaceful at that time. Also, why would I cut you? Because you didn't ask any questions. That was the point. You remember I said I would cut you if you didn't ask a question. Let's see. If I could have any superpower in the world, what would it be and why? Immortality. We've covered that, though, in a previous video. What is your favorite aspect of World of Warcraft? And do you think the expansions have ruined the game? What I love about World of Warcraft is the social aspect. I really like my guild. You guys who are watching, you know who you are. I love the people that I get along with there, and I even like the people I don't get along with there. They're funny. They make me laugh. You know, when I'm raiding, it's more like hanging out with my friends and playing a game than it is just playing a game. You know, and so that's my reason to play any MMORPG or more MMORPG. Whatever. Do people actually say that? MMORPG? Anyway, yeah, it's the whole point of any of those games for me. And a lot of, you know, I mean, a lot of games I play just for the game, but for a MMORPG, I want to hang out with people. The game has to be fun, sure, but I still want to hang out with people. If I could sacrifice someone or something to get anything you wanted, who would it be, and what would the thing you wanted be? Now, that's a really weird and bizarre question, one that I can't potentially throw together. If I could get one wish, we discussed this. It would be world peace, immortality. You know, I mean, just everyone in the world to be happy, and I would sacrifice myself for that, and that's the only thing I really have to give, right? So yeah, sure, why not? I'd like to be immortal, but I wouldn't give anything up for that, you know, because what would be the point in being immortal if you can have what you wanted? Kind of silly. And lastly, do you get much discrimination because of your weight? If so, how do you deal with it, and does it bother you? I get a lot of discrimination about my weight. A lot more than a lot less now than I used to. And I think it's because America's getting used to seeing bigger people. But when I was a kid, man, you know, it was hell. I mean, high school's hard for everybody, but my high school experience was particularly bad. They called me Jabba the Hutt. You know, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi had just come out or whatever. So they called me Jabba the Hutt. And, you know, I mean, I was ridiculed from it from a very early age, as being the gross kid, the fat kid, the stupid kid. You know, all the cliches that fat people get. As an adult, it became difficult to get a job, which is why I ended up becoming self-employed and running my own business out of my home. Doctors treat you like a second-class citizen. Healthcare is almost impossible. Proper healthcare is almost impossible to receive. It's rough, you know. And of course, I know some people out there who would ask, well, why have you chosen to be fat? It's not a choice for some of us, you know, and I'm definitely one of those people. I guess if I could choose, I'd choose to be tiny. You know, I'd choose to weigh 160 pounds and be rock hard abs, you know, I'd do it all, but I still like who I am. You know, it's the body that I'm stuck with, and I'm glad to have that body. I'm glad to have a body at all. I'm glad to be alive, and no one's going to keep me from feeling that way, no matter how much discrimination and no matter how much bullshit. So that's what I remember. I mean, that's how I deal with it. You know, some idiotic person has something to say, you know, well, you're stupid, you're fat, you're ignorant, you know, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, you should be out in public, you should lose the weight. Man, fuck you, it's my life. I have a life. I have one life, that's it. You know, and I'm not in your fucking business with your one life, and you shouldn't be in mine. You know, I have to make the best of what I have here, and that's what I'm doing, and you bringing me down sure the fuck's not going to do it. You know? And so I just blow it off, man. I just learned to shrug it off. I just remember that it's not worth my time or my effort to deal with those motherfuckers. And I just focus on my life and focus on making myself happy. And, you know, if somebody else has a problem with it, it's not my problem. It's their problem. You know, and they can deal with it on their own terms. I said, does it bother me? Not, it used to. It really used to. You know, I always felt like I was different and I was terrible. I shouldn't be allowed to be out in public. I used to hide. You know, I wouldn't be awake during the day. I'd go out only at night, do my shopping, do my everything at night. Go to movies at midnight. You know, it's just stupid. Not anymore. You know, not anymore. What's my opinions, thoughts on bodybuilding? I think it's great. I do a little weightlifting. I know it's hard to believe, but I do it to try to stay in shape and try to stay as fit as I can at my size. I haven't done it in a while, which I'm sure is the mantra of every fat guy out there. I used to lift weights. I used to exercise more. I guess we all do, but yeah, I think it's great. And if somebody else there wants to shape their body in a way that makes them happy, that's fantastic. If I had to eliminate a country with all the people, animal, houses, and all their shit, what would it be and why? I wouldn't, because there's people, and life is the most precious thing, most precious resource in the world. I wouldn't want to kill anybody. There's no problem in this world that can't be worked out. You know, or at least if violence is called for, surgical violence. You know, cut out the tumor, not the limb. You know. What is my deepest fear? Death. I guess is probably the same for everybody. What happens when I die? You know. What would I rather live in, a bone-dry, extremely hot desert such as Sahara for the rest of my life, or frozen wasteland such as Siberia? How about neither, man? How about, well, I guess if I was in the desert, could I have air conditioning? And if I was in Siberia, could I have, I don't know, which place has internet, really? What is the meaning of sympathy to me? Well, I think the textbook definition of sympathy is to align your feelings with another organism or animal or creature or a being. So isn't that it? To feel for someone else's situation or life, or to have compassion for another organism. I think that's pretty much it. Can you dream of having a dream? What? Yes. If I had to only pick one thing in my life I could change, what would it be? What would it be? What would it be? Boy, I wish I could have selective amnesia. There's a lot of things I wish I could forget. A lot of stupid decisions and mistakes. You know, yeah, that's it. To be able to operate on my own brain, you know. Just fix some of the things that are wrong and make some of the things that are right even righter, I guess. You watching my burning up video How did I consider it? I kind of remember it. It was cute. I mean, you're doing well, you know, for a young YouTuber. Is it hard to be a YouTube star, an upcoming one? Well, I mean, I don't really think I'm a YouTube star. 1,500 viewers is a lot, and it feels like a lot to me, but certainly Fred is out there like 1.5 million or whatever. So, you know, surely there's people out there who would be more fit for that question, but is it hard doing what I'm doing? No, man, it's fun. I love doing it. Will I be your friend? Sure, man. Not really, but maybe. I mean, as far as you get to watch my videos and occasionally write me, and I'll sometimes pay attention. But man, there are a lot of people clamoring to talk to me these days, and I love answering as much as I can, and I love reading all of it. But it's to a point now where it's like a day job, and I wish I could answer everybody's emails. So maybe not. But I appreciate the effort and the thought. Let's see. What do I think of Chris Chan? I think Chris Chan, I think I saw him on Encyclopedia Dramatica once. Isn't he like the borderline autistic guy or the highly functioning autistic guy? I don't know, you know, I mean, people can make YouTube videos whether we think they're allowed to or not. And if it brings him some joy in his short life span, you know, that's great. More power to him. And if it brings you joy to watch his videos or make fun of him, you know, make scathing comments on them, then more power to you too, man. You know, that's life. It's life is just a big fucking stew. I was talking to my friend the other night, my roommate, about Chris Chan because I looked it up when I saw this question, and I was like, you know, it's fun to see this because it's interesting to see what deviations there is on the human being, on the human mind and the body, and it's surprising every time I see something like that, and you know. But the world is exactly that. It's just random chaos. It's just random that someone like me would exist, or someone like Chris Chan would exist, or the fat man guy, or Sexy Phil, or whoever, man. You know, it's amazing that every variation on that we've seen so far exists, and it's fascinating to study. So yeah, Chris is, I guess, as valid a human being as any of the rest of us. Favorite actor and director? I don't do favorites. Do I hate the Ewoks or Jar Jar Binks more? I hate them both equally. How would you describe your political philosophy at all? I hate politics. I guess that's probably the best I can put it. And I don't want to get involved. Less is more. And maintaining some basic equal rights is always good. Government's a necessary evil, so I just go with that. Who's my favorite superhero? I've always been a big Spider-Man fan. I don't know why, but he's my favorite. Do you like Kevin Smith's movies? I love pretty much everything Kevin Smith has ever done. And finally, do I like you? Sure. Yo, what's good? Did you ever have any pets when I was a kid? A lot of dogs, a lot of cats. One dog in particular, Bear, was my first true animal love, and he was very protective of me. A beautiful dog. Got ran over when I was 12 or so. A beautiful dog, though. A beagle. What type of televisions do I like to watch? Sci-fi. Let's see, what am I watching right now? I've been watching Party Down on Showtime. I've been watching Chuck. I've been watching Better Off Ted. The 5th season of Rescue Me. I love 30 Rock. I love Mythbusters. I've been watching a new show called The Unusuals. The usual Sunday lineup I think everybody sees. You know, King of the Hills, Simpsons, Family Guy, that stuff. Better Off Ted is actually really amazing. That's a cool plug if you guys get a chance to watch that show. The Dollhouse is top of my list right now. I just finished wrapping up the entirety of Boston Legal, which is a great show. So probably the same stuff as everybody else. What's my favorite sex position? Well, that's a loaded question now, isn't it? Because there's not a lot of sex positions. It's an easy maneuver in my size, but we're going to have to go with the reverse cowgirl. For those of you who don't know, you need to look that up on Wikipedia. And what would I do to a granny getting mugged in the street? Yell for help, because it's not like I'm going to, get stabbed for somebody else. Not just kidding. I'd probably get involved. I mean, what would you do? What else could you do? What is delicious? What isn't delicious? What do you like best, TiVo or DVR? I like downloading shows from iTunes and or the internet and or torrents and or YouTube and or any Hulu or other such means. I haven't had cable in years. But I buy a lot of DVDs, and I download a lot of stuff from iTunes and other ways of downloading things occasionally, and Hulu, and so that's where I watch most of my TV. What would I make out? Would I make out with you for a mint condition Beta Black Lotus? So would I make out with you for $3,000? Let's see. Let's take a look at your channel here, and you're a dude. So probably not. Now if you're a chick though, hey, I'll do it for free. Nah, I'm not that much of a whore, but maybe. If World of Warcraft wasn't real, what would I play, and what are its key features of why you play? Well, I've discussed it before. I like the social aspect. And if it wasn't real, I'd be playing the same stuff I'm playing. A lot of tower defense games, a lot of goofy stuff, a lot of Left 4 Dead, and Magic the Gathering, probably online. Why am I so funny? Well, let me tell you why. This is an interesting story, so grab your popcorn, relax. I'm funny because I want to be funny. So when I was a kid, I studied comedians growing up. I learned comedic timing. I learned as much as I could. And I'm certainly know Stephen Lynch, for example. I'm certainly know George Carlin. Certainly know even Steve Martin, you know. But it's a skill, I guess. And we big guys like to learn how to be funny because we need to be. I think it's part of the breaking down the barriers and the walls. So, you know, I wanted to be funny. I tried to be funny. And I guess I'm as funny as I am. There's probably some talent in there too, but I don't know. But I don't really think I'm that funny. So, if I could have one soda for the rest of my life, no others, what would it be? He says Mountain Dew. Cherry Coke. Love that stuff. With real cherries in it too. Do I have a tattoo? Nope. If no, would you ever get one? I'd get Pac-Man. I'd really like to get Pac-Man somewhere. Maybe like a, you know, like a Pac-Man bracelet or something, like Pac-Man ... Ghost ... or something. That'd be kind of cool. I'm a big fan of Pac-Man. Do I like watching the UFC? Not really. Why do your friends and yourself call you? Boogie? Well, you have to have a nickname on the internet, right? And that's what I believed when I joined in the 90s and Boogie stuck. It's actually a funny story. One that it's a little embarrassing to tell, but when I was playing Magic for the first time at a local game shop here in the city I live, one of the guys noticed that I had some nasal issues and actually leaned across the table and says, "Hey Boogie, you got something right here, man." And for whatever reason, my friend Ed Ellery just started calling me Boogie, and it stuck. And then I started introducing myself as that to some of the new players, and it just kind of stuck. And it beats the shit out of Jabba the Hutt. Why is B down on 4chan? Any words to anyone alive or dead? I don't know. Okay, I don't know what B or 4chan is. So, rule 1 and 2, right? Any words to anyone alive or dead? Jesus, if he ever existed. Way to go. Good job conning everybody. And anyone alive? What's up? Just no, not really. Sorry. I have a few questions. What are your thoughts on the post-humanist movement? I'm not really familiar with the post-humanist movement, but I'll look it up when we're done here. Have you ever read The Cult of the Amateur or The Singularity is Near? No, I've not read either. What are your thoughts on capitalism with regards to human-machine interfaces? It's credit card machines, Walmart voting machines. I don't really have a lot of thoughts on it, unfortunately. Sorry for Breeze. Would I ever consider growing a Franz Joseph? I'm going to guess that is a type of facial hair. Let's see what the internet has to say. Yep, facial hair. Sure. I don't think I can, though. I've never been able to grow much of a mustache. Thanks for making the videos, and the Q&As are a special treat. Thanks. I really appreciate that. I wish I knew more about the topic you covered. I plan to study up on it, though. If I were offering $500 to pose nude for a magazine, would I do it? Man, I'd do it for like $200. Sure, whatever. $500. I don't know, $500. But yeah, sure. I think it's interesting that people would even want to see me naked. That still fascinates me all the time. But, you know, hell, I would do it for the science of it and the novelty of it. So it'd be nice to get paid as well. Do I also think there's anything wrong with pornography? I've never felt that there was anything wrong with pornography, though just like anything, it can be misused. I think kids getting a hold of it at an early age can really affect them if they don't have a parent or guardian around to explain to them what it all means and why they're seeing the things that they're seeing. But aside from that, no, I think pornography is just one of those things. I think it's degrading to the actors that are involved, the men and the women, even though they're getting paid most of the time reasonably well. But there's more degrading things in this world to do, like working at a fucking McDonald's for $4.50 an hour or whatever minimum wage happens to be these days. You know, I think that's more fucking degrading. Literally taking in $800, $900, $1,000 an hour and getting paid, $650, $750 to do it. That's the most degrading thing I can fucking think of. So sucking a dick on camera for $1,000, ladies, I think one's a hell of a lot more degrading than the other. Do you watch the WWE? And if so, do you like Randy Orton and Edge? Do you like eggs? Because I like eggs. See, I haven't watched WWE in a long time. Sorry. And eggs are tasty. How much money do you get for being a YouTube partner? If you don't like to say, give a range. Literally pennies a day. I mean, my videos probably get 3,000 or 4,000 hits a day now across all the different videos, and that's cool. And I really am glad, but it's not adding up to a lot of money. It's literally pocket change, but it's exciting and fun to do. So I would do it whether I was getting paid or not. Now, someone like Fred, who's quoted as saying he made 6 figures, Sexy Phil, Hot for Words, those guys are making bank, and more power to them, man. Way to use the tools that Google and YouTube have given us. I'm not saying that I'm jealous. I am saying that I would like to be them one day, but I'm also happy with what I got. But yeah, it's enough money to buy a burger occasionally, and I know some of you pro fatties out there like that, huh? Let's see, how much money do you get for being sorry, I already answered that. Do you like the Sonic the Hedgehog games? Thumbs up for retro gaming. Can you share with us a moral you live by? A moral I live by: do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. I wish more people lived by that rule. I can think of a few people who need to start living by that fucking rule. Yeah. Do unto others as you do unto you, as you'd have them do unto you. Simple. A quote. God, I wonder what's on my Facebook for quotes. Boy, when I don't have a quote prepared, it's difficult to quote anything or everything. So I will skip that now because I suck. Sorry. I'm sure any other time I could think of 1,000 different things. I get a question: what's your favorite type of chicken? All of them. What's my wings? I really like wings. Wings. It's my favorite troll comment. I have to answer this. All of them, because they're all fucking hilarious and delicious. I like it when people tell me that I need to die, though. That's probably my favorite. You need to die. Well, good news, buddy. I will one day. So just hold your horses. Be ready. I'll kick off before it's over with. Have I ever played on Xbox Live? Used to quite a bit, not much anymore. Which version of WoW do I prefer? Vanilla, Burning Crusade, or Wrath of the Lich King? I really like Wrath of the Lich King. I was never a hardcore raider. I wasn't in EverQuest, so I like casual raiding, and I really like being able to casually raid here. And hard modes gives us an option, Once you're done with the casual shit, you can focus on the hard modes. So I think it's pretty cool. Have I ever considered becoming gay? I considered it, but I can't because I don't find men attractive, unfortunately, for some of you. Why do I make vids with no shirt? Because sometimes I'm not wearing a shirt and I start my webcam and don't care. Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Don't have Dunkin' Donuts around here, so Starbucks, I guess, but I don't really care for either. Do I lick pie? Because I lick pie. Okay. Do you dot the letter I with a circle? No. What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you? Wow. I don't know, man. I'm so used to just not... I don't know that I can really get embarrassed, honestly, anymore. What is my favorite movie? Again, I don't do favorites. Yeah, my other videos I've answered the list several times. What is my ideal girl? In this order: smart, a gamer, good looking. So you find me a A smart girl, at least, you know, smarter than me is nice, but my level of education and intelligence would be great. Followed by the fact that she loves games. Followed by the fact that she looks good. When I say looks good, takes care of herself. You know, plus size is all right. Small is better, in my opinion. But healthy, you know, then yeah, you're talking. If I had to choose of the existing girls out there, Rosario Dawson, you'd be top of my list, darling. Go and Google her. You might agree. What is my favorite junk food? I'm addicted to soda, so I drink a lot of soda. Yeah, it's bad for me, I know, but it's so good. So good. What annoys you most about the world today? People, man. You know, I love them, and it's a love-hate relationship. We're all so self-centered and so smug and so silly, you know, and I wish we could change that. I wish we'd cared a little more about each other. That's probably the number one thing. I mean, sure, I could pick the fact that we're digging our planet to an early grave, and sure, I could pick that, you know, we're all going to die terribly one day, and sure, I could pick that this, you know, life is short and brutal, but yeah, that's probably it, people. Whatever dress and drag I have before in high school for the football team's pageant. Do I believe in anything paranormal? I don't have any proof of anything, so it's hard for me to believe in it, but I'm open to the possibility of anything paranormal. Where do I see myself in the line of religions? Christians, Jewish, Muslims. I'm the firm belief that the Muslim and the Christian and the Jewish religion are pretty much all the same religion, in that they have a lot of the same shit wrong and possibly some of the same stuff right. Because ideally they all believe in a monotheistic God. There probably is one true God somewhere out there, if there isn't any at all, and they all have that right. The little details of Allah and Moses and Christ and whatever else is all made up bullshit, in my opinion. Forgive me for it. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think all religion is kind of silly, but the belief in God and spirituality is not. And that may sound hypocritical and two-faced, but that's fine. Good to hear from you, though, Abraham? Yeah. Have you ever been to Australia or New Zealand? Never been out of the country. What are my views on nuclear weapons? I think theoretically they could become the end of war, and I hope that they do, because oh, that's my friend on Facebook pestering me. Haha. Hi Nissa, if you're watching this. Wow, I may have to cut that out, but I probably won't because I'm lazy. So yeah, nuclear weapons probably, hopefully, will end war in America and end war in the world eventually. Once we all have them, either that or it'll end the world. And if we end the world, hey, well, it's inevitable anyway. And if it brings us to a standstill and gets us focusing on living together rather than fighting each other, that would be so much better. Have you ever tried cartwheel naked over the White House lawns? No. Can I answer this riddle? If you were upside down in a kayak in a tree with a kilogram of tomato sauce and only one headlight on, how many waffles does it take to get to the moon? Answer. It's a trick question because snakes don't have armpits. Well played. No offense, but when am I going to lose weight? Well, eventually I will die, and then the meat on my bones will begin to rot, and I'll weigh next to nothing at some point. And how much weight do you want to lose? Well, I'd like to lose it all, you know. Sure, I'd like to be skinny one day. Not particularly likely. Which would I like more, egg salad or tuna salad? Tuna salad. If electricity comes from electrons, does morality come from morons? Very witty. If Wile E. Coyote had enough money to buy all that Acme crap, why didn't he just buy dinner? Because some things are tastier when you earn them yourself, my friend. You should know this. If you had all that, besides, that Acme shit is cheap. If Jimmy cracks corn and no one cares, why is there a stupid song about him? Because we want to celebrate how little we give a shit. What should I do in the vid that I'll be naming rectal anal poop sex with monkeys? You should considerably have rectal anal poop sex, potentially with a monkey, or an actor in a monkey suit. Your option. Oh, and does your room have a window? Can I see it? It's actually kind of blocked. This is kind of sad, because who needs the sun? But there it is. I have a window, and it actually has a nice view of my patio, as well as the yard in the back, nice tree line, and a jogging path, which I'm sure you are aware I will never use. Have you ever seen a tornado in real life? No, but I saw lightning land within 25 feet of me, which is terrifying. What's the worst vegetable in my opinion? Jalapenos. Have I ever traveled? Where have you been? Pretty much a good chunk of America. I've probably been to 18 of the 50 states. It's not much, but what states have I been in America? Appropriate question. See, but as far as east is Florida, north is Virginia, or D.C., and actually Illinois. And I've been as far west as the western part of Texas. So, yeah, the southeastern section mostly. If someone gave you a ticket to fly to the moon, would I take it? If it was safe, you know I would. I'd love to see the moon. And what is my star sign? I'm a Leo, and that's probably not a surprise to anybody who knows. Who knows their zodiac well. Am I a juggalo? No, I'm not really too into their music. What's my least favorite class on World of Warcraft? No real opinion. How do I get into playing World of Warcraft? I played EverQuest, and then got invited to the beta for World of Warcraft, and there I was. How long have I been playing it? Off and on since beta. Do I keep dots up on every time and watch the tail? Yes, I do. I gotta watch. You must watch the tail. It's dots up on every time, right? Yeah. What is your opinion on Death Knights? They're overpowered, but they're cool. Have I ever gone bowling? Quite a bit. Haven't in a while. Finally, do you have any changes you'd like to make on World of Warcraft? Meh. More content. All day, every day. What's your favorite band and song? Don't do favorites. If I woke up one day only to find that a zombie apocalypse began during the night, what would you do for the first 24 hours? Hide and gather my friends and hope to create some sort of survival plan. Assuming a zombie apocalypse doesn't happen in the near future, where do you see yourself in 10 years, and how do you plan to get there? I see myself starting the first zombie apocalypse, and I plan to get there by studying zombies? Maybe? I don't know, man. I hope to be alive in 10 years. But that's not just because I'm fat. You should be hoping the same damn thing, too, these days. Let's see. I think if you think... Okay, blah. I think I have social anxiety disorder, where it's very hard for me to talk to other people, especially females. I'm not that bad looking and not as big as you, but if nowhere near the confidence you seem to have, do you have any pro tips for me? Thanks. I've discussed this several times before, and you can see in other videos, but I'll cover it here for those of you who have never heard me say it. Life is a short, meaningless, brutal ride. And you only get to live once, and since you only get to live once, your only option is to make the absolute best of this life. So you need to sit down right now today, because you probably have not, and you need to make a plan. Figure out the person you want to be, the person you want to become. Figure out who that is, where he lives, what he does, who he's married to, what achievements you want to have in your life, what success is, what's important to you. And you need to make a path that you will follow from today to that day to become the person you want to be. And then starting tomorrow, when you wake up, you're going to spend every day for the rest of your life making yourself into that person. All day, every day, forever. And if you cannot become confident knowing that you are doing exactly that, becoming the person you want to be, then you certainly do have a psychological disorder. And then that's time to talk to a psychiatrist. But the truth of the matter is, you just got to accept yourself for who you are. You have to be comfortable in your own fucking skin. And you have to learn to do it. Because you don't get, you can't compare your life to anybody else's. You don't get a second shot. You don't get a second chance. You can't change the circumstances of your birth or your body. You get this one life, the one you're experiencing right now, sitting in front of your computer or in front of your laptop or looking at this on your iPhone or however you're viewing it, man. Right there, right now, this is it. And one day, this blessing, this gift will be over and gone and done for good. Make the fucking best of it. So if you see a girl tomorrow you want to talk to, forget all the bullshit and everything else. You walk up to her and you make the best out of your fucking life. Right here, right now, today. What's the worst that can happen? You get rejected, she doesn't like you, she's got a boyfriend, she's a lesbian, you date for 6 months and she breaks your heart, you get married, you have kids. All those outcomes have one truth. It all ends one day anyway. You get buried into the ground, you forget about it because you're done. you're gone. You're in another afterlife, or you're just worm food. So just do it, man. Do what makes you happy. You know, I hate to lecture, but that's it. You know. So yeah, get your ass out there and start doing it. I don't care how scared you are. Just do it. I used to be scared all the time too, and one day I just started doing it anyway. And you know, it's easier said than done, but try. That's it. Just try, man. If I could invite 3 well-known people to sit down and eat dinner with, who would it be? Let's see, Osama bin Laden. So I could either ask him a few questions and maybe put a bullet in his head. George Walker Bush, just to see if he really was that fucking dumb, maybe. And then, of course, you know, he could take care of Obama. Or maybe they would just, like, shake hands. I don't even know. I mean, I'm no political theorist, and I'm certainly no, like, you know, conspiracy theorist either. So, I don't know. But maybe they'll just hang out. I don't know. And me, and then Rosario Dawson. Hey, baby, let's hang out. Call me. If I had to be a plant, what type of plant would I be? Trees, because they live the longest. Probably a nice big redwood would be pretty cool. Does .999 repeating equal 1? Mathematically, no. For all intents and purposes, why not? If I were going to go gay, who would I go gay for? I would suck Tom Hanks's dick, just because he was amazing in Philadelphia, and his movies have really kind of pleased me. So yeah, if I had to blow anybody, it would probably be Tom Hanks. Boxers or briefs? Boxers. Some top favorite movies. You've heard them all before, so I won't bore you again. Most embarrassing moment we've covered. No one else says how much they make on YouTube. So how much you make. I've covered that again. Not much. Pennies a day. Do I know what the truffle shuffle is? I believe it's this. Right, isn't it that? I think it's that. If you could make a film, what would it be about? What would your ideal main cast be? Something or other. Is Rosario Dawson getting naked in it? I don't know, man. If I could make a film, it'd be about the philosophy I have on life, right? You know, make the best out of everything. And, you know, I'd like some comedic actors, so it could be funny. I'd like some serious actors. But whatever, you know, I'm not too picky. I would like Rosario Dawson in there. Film a sex scene with her. Hey, fatty, why are you so fat? Fat old fatty, why do you eat so many sandwiches? When you know sandwiches will make you fat. Can you grow your hair really long like a hippie? Yeah, I've actually grown my hair really long before. Up till I was about 25. It was pretty much down at the small of my back. I didn't even care for it. I like it short these days. What's my favorite restaurant? I like Mexican. It's this really nice Mexican place in Rogers called Maria's. If you live in the neighborhood, you really should try it. Do you smoke tobacco? No, I never have. Have you ever? And then quit? Nope. I figured I knew that I was into food, and look what I did with food. If I was a smoker, I'd be chain smoking. So thank God I never started. I got one, paper or plastic. How about felt? No, not felt, but those recycled bags that you can keep using over and over. How about that? You really have to know. Intercourse or full T8 or full TB. I don't know. I'd just rather shoot jack me off than clean the house. Do I have any tips for using the priest class? I don't know anything about priests. Sorry. Try WowWiki. If you don't have any tips, answer me this. Have you ever had black pudding? Never had it. What is it? And tell me more about it in the comments. I'd like to know. Keep eating those damn French fries. No thanks. I'm full. For now. What size shoe do I wear? I wear, most comfortably, ideally, I would wear a 13 quadruple E. I think the shoes I have right now are 14 double E's, though. Am I diabetic? Of course, someone my size is this size is going to be diabetic. So it's not full-blown crazy kidney shutting down diabetic yet, but certainly diabetic. Hi, it's me again. Have I ever been on a TV show, like a talk show? Nope. I would love to be. So get me on a talk show. I have been on Current TV, though. Their show, I forget, but it's listed in my video, so I've talked about it. And theoretically, I may be on a new MTV show later this year, so watch out for it. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about it, but theoretically, I may be on a show called DJ and the Fro. Fingers crossed. That'd be kind of cool. What's your favorite fast food? I'm a big fan of burgers, of course. Why am I so awesome? Because I was born awesome, man. Because I'm not fat, I'm full of wind, baby. That's why. Are you awesome? You're awesome, man. You're awesome enough to be watching my shit and posting comments, man. That makes you pretty cool. Priest, warlock, or mage? Warlocks are cool in flavor. Mage are cool in power. Priests are a necessary evil, and I love them. Noticing lots of people asking questions about World of Warcraft. Do you regret saying this is a hobby of yours? No, not really. In fact, I think it's a lot of people know me. It is just a hobby of mine. It's not like I'm 100% crazy into it. What do I think of Britney Spears? She's one of my favorite train wrecks. She's a talentless hack who used to sell her body for money, and now doesn't really have the capacity to do that. And her music is, whoever mixes her albums are very talented. She's not. How long do I plan on doing these videos of yourself for? Probably as long as people keep watching. I've ever dyed my hair, never have. Favorite hairstyle? This. On me. For women, I like it long, down to the butt. Down to the butt. And finally, what would you prefer? Individual comments from people or loads of questions from one person? Individual comments. That way we have some variety here. What do I think of the next D3 race is going to be? I don't know. What D3 race do you plan on playing? Oh, Diablo 3, gotcha. I don't know, man. I can't, till I play the game. I'll play them all, eventually. But I can't wait to see the game come out. What is better, manga, anime, or American comics, and why, in your opinion? I've never read much manga, and I've only read a fair amount of American comics, and I like the American cultural references and the American theories and having place in American cities. I watch a lot of anime, however, and I do enjoy quite a bit of it. I haven't watched much in quite a while, but when I did watch it, I enjoyed it. So I enjoy both. I mean, I'm not really going to pick one. Sorry. Do I set out to be very entertaining? No, I just wake up this way, man. No, yeah, of course, it's a personality. I try to project funny and entertaining, and it works out. You are very entertaining, in case you didn't know. Well, thank you. I try, and I hope that you find me entertaining. Not everybody does, but I'm really glad that you do. What's the strangest porn video you've ever watched? Wow. I don't know if that's safe for you two, but I've seen the Pain Olympics, and I've seen 2 girls, 1 cup, and 1 guy, 1 cup. And that's, yeah, terrifying. If I could go on a date with any terrorist, who would it be? Osama bin Laden. So it'd be nice to have him within arm's reach. Can we see you stand up? Well, you've seen that in plenty of videos, so I'm not going to do it here. Here's my question. Do I ever eat McDonald's, and if so, how often? Used to eat it a couple times a week. These days, not much anymore. Just I'm bored of their food. And this is my guy. This is the guy I gave a shout out to, Eatmcdonalds. Find his link over in the sidebar, please. He's a funny son of a bitch, and I really enjoy his videos. I think you'll like it. So thank you, Eatmcdonalds, man. See, you're an awesome guy. Can you make a video where you play World of Warcraft, or any kind of video about World of Warcraft? Yeah, I'm afraid I don't, and the main reason is just because I don't want my World of Warcraft life and my online life, meshing together. I've had that happen with EverQuest. Everybody finds out who I was, and I got pestered, and fucking, it's just no fun. And I don't want my online time to be, ruined by the handful of trolls out there who are determined to just make things miserable for the lulz, right? So I just kind of want to be left alone there. Sorry. Do I enjoy my life? I enjoy life as general rule. I would try to enjoy any life that I have. So I enjoy this one. And your English isn't bad. Greetings from Poland? Well, greetings from America. You're a very nice guy. Well, you're a nice guy too. How often do you browse 4chan? I've never heard of 4chan. Rules 1 and 2, new fag. Kisses from Norway? Right back at you, Norway. Do I believe in an afterlife? I don't believe necessarily in anything, but I hope for an afterlife. Sometimes I hope it's nothing. Sometimes it just, with either circumstance, I kind of hope I forget a lot of the stuff that I know here, I mean, my life has not been peachy keen. But I hope there's an afterlife, and I hope I get to meet all of you there, I know we all wish for that, I guess. Have I ever wanted to eat something and then missed your mouth? All the time. Every shirt I wear has a stain on it by the end of the day. More on Papa Smurf. If he wasn't the leader, who is? Like I said, the Lady Smurf. Yeah, you got it. Is she the leader because she's the only one to have sex with? Yeah, she rules the roost, man. When you're the only source of love, except, gay love, I guess. And we all know Brandy was gay, right? But yeah, you know, I guess she would rule the roost, wouldn't she? If your World of Warcraft got hacked and all your tunes got deleted, what would I do? Well, I'd contact customer service and have them reinstated. If you would restart, what type of race class would I play first? Probably warrior again, and try to level up as quickly as possible as a dwarf to get back into my guild again. And sometime would I make a WoW video? It would be awesome. Maybe. People sure do ask for that. Have I ever visited Finland? If not, would I like to? Fuck yeah, Finland. I want to go to Finland. Oh, we got to wrap up soon. I'm out of juice. I'm out of magic juice. Have I ever worn a hat? Have I ever worn a hat? This is one fire. I have. Have I ever had... Okay, you're weird. You mention your roommate quite often, who sounds great. Can you do a special on them, like an interview? He's not very camera happy. He doesn't want to be on the internet. I would love to show him off because he's pretty much my best friend. But no, it's not his thing. One day maybe I'll snoop in his room though when he's not at home and just show you how, you know, what is going on. Metalhead Bard wants to know if I like his back rubs. A+, man. I love those back rubs all day, every day. And also, how long have we known each other? Dude, we've known each other for years, man. We go back in the day. Do I own a beer helmet? No. But if I did, I'd drink soda out of it. I live in England and I've been trying to find one for about 7 years. Dude, it's the internet. Find one. ThinkGeek.com. Guarantee you there's one there. If there's not a beer helmet, there's at least like an energy fucking consumption helmet, you know, like as energy drinks or whatever. Surely there's a Red Bull hat out there that you could substitute. What age did I lose my virginity? I was 15. What was the best moment of my life? Losing my virginity may rank right up there. Do I live with someone? Yes, my roommate. We've covered that. Have I have strong father figure throughout my life? Oh, that's an interesting topic, actually, and I'd like to get into it. My dad was an alcoholic. He worked the night shift. I didn't know him very well. When I wasn't around, he was generally drinking very heavily. I was a very quiet man and didn't do much during my time around him. I'm sure he was an excellent guy, though. My mother loved him. So certainly, my brother, who got to know him much better than I did, certainly loved him. So certainly he was a good guy. But no, not really. And as for other father figures, they just weren't there. Pretty much was my own father figure, and I'm comfortable with that. Have I ever had anal sex with a girl? Yes. If not, would you like to try it? Let's see, are you a chick? Because if you're coming on to me, maybe you're not. But yeah, I've had anal sex, and it's interesting. I mean, you know, I don't understand why a lot of people would rather go there than the best place on earth when it's only a few inches away. But yeah, it's nice for variety. Why am I not playing World of Warcraft in the moment? Because I'm answering your questions to entertain you, my good friend. Also, I only pretty much played a raid. May I ask why did I cut my hair and it looks better this way? Well, thank you. I cut it a couple times a year, just about the short, mostly, especially during the summer, because I wanted to make sure that my hair and my head stays nice and cool. And the last question, have I ever been in a fist fight? Yes, I did, and, well, there's one I want to talk about, but another, I stood there and let the guy beat on me. He was a few years younger than me, and I'd give him a really hard way to go. He'd give me a hard way because of my weight, so I told him that I fucked his mother, and I fucked his dad, and I fucked everything. And I watched his mother fuck his dad while I fucked them both, or whatever, and it was a miserable experience, and he eventually got pissed off one day and just started swinging, and I let him beat the shit out of me. I never swung back, never tried to protect myself. I felt really bad about getting him to that point, and so I let him work out his anger. Besides, I've been beat a hell of a lot worse than that by my own family, so, yeah. If so, when and where, like I said, I was 16, and this was back in high school, maybe 17. How badly was she beaten? Ha ha. Douchebag. Alright, well, that'll do it. It's probably 50 minutes of our lives we'll never get back. I really hope you guys enjoyed this section. I'm probably going to go in and edit it a little bit, so there may be a few jumps. I apologize for that. Look for the next question and answer section, which I hope to have up and ready for you soon. And rate us 5. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out those links in the sidebar, and we will see you soon.